you remember the Nick Jr.'s kid show, Dora the Explorer? Neither does anyone else? Well, it's rumored that there is an early reel behind Dora the Explorer. Producers of Dora the Explorer explain that this reel is too disturbing and too gory to be shown on TV, due to inappropriate content, violence, and all that stuff. This early reel starts out with the extended version of the normal intro you would see in the final shows, only it seems the intro music is a bit slow at tempo and a bit less happier than the final shows. Also, the instruments were somewhat identical than the ones in the final shows, except a bit low quality. After the intro ended, it fades to Dora staring at the screen for the first 3 minutes in the early reel. When something goes off, it cuts to black for about 1 millisecond, and back to Dora staring at the screen. This time, Dora's eyes were replaced with pitch black eyes, her mouth is locked into a smile, and her teeth are blood red. After that, it cuts to Dora and Boots in her parents' car, driving with her parents in it. The music, the agony in the room, starts playing in a loud, creepy tone, while the clips repeats on and on. After this, Dora and Boots encounter a very typical house where Dora and her parents lived in that you would see in the final shows, but the design of the house was different. First off, the house looks a bit bigger and less advanced. Second, the doors were a lot advanced, and the door was a little bit bigger and wider. Then, Dora, Boots, and her parents went inside the house. The weird thing in this early reel was a lot of furniture was missing, except for a couch and a small table. On the top of it was an old TV, displaying a full realistic picture of a teenage boy no older than 16, laying on the ground with organs sticking out, and there was lots of blood puddles everywhere. Dora and Boots and her parents sits on the couch and stares at the TV with their blank expressions on their faces, without going to the bathroom or playing outside. And then it fades to black for about 12 seconds while the text fades in saying 2 months later. And it fades into Dora, Boots, and her parents. This time a lot of furniture was back, and the entire room was covered in blood, and not cartoon blood, but realistic blood. Dora, Boots, and her parents looked almost like they haven't eaten food for a long time. A single piece of flesh appears on everyone's hand, and Dora and the others start eating it. The scene was interrupted by a black screen with the blood-red text that read in a creepy font. Are we like robots from another planet? Or we got kicked away from another planet, and we crash land to planet Earth? Our kids are like little humanoid machines from the same planet as robots lived in? The world may never know f***ing shit. This early reel ended with the same credits as you see in the final shows, but it was in Yiddish. This early reel was found in the house where the creator of Dora the Explorer lives in the very old garage. If you encounter an early reel of Dora the Explorer, don't watch it. For God's sake!